15 interesting facts about Mozambique. Mozambique's a country in southeastern Africa, along the Indian Ocean. It's known for its beautiful coastline, islands like Bazaruto and Quirimbas, and a diverse culture influenced by African, Portuguese, and Arab roots. Portuguese is the official language because it used to be a Portuguese colony until it gained independence in 1975. The capital is Maputo, which has a mix of colonial architecture, markets, and a vibrant music scene. The country had its share of struggles too, like civil war after independence, and ongoing challenges with poverty and development, but it's rich in natural resources, like gas and coal, and it's been slowly growing economically. Number 1. Unique flag. Mozambique's flag is one of a kind. It actually has an AK-47 with a bayonet, crossed with a hoe over an open book. Each element means something. AK-47, vigilance, defense, and the country's fight for independence. Hoe, agriculture, and the importance of labor. Book, education. Star, Marxism, and international solidarity. It's one of the only flags in the world with a modern weapon on it. Kinda intense, but it tells a deep story about the country's history and struggle. Number 2. Island origins. The name Mozambique comes from the island itself, Ilha de Mozambique, which was an important trading hub along the East African coast. The island was named after a trader or local ruler, Musa al-Bik or Musa al-Bik, depending on the source. He was an Arab merchant who likely played a key role in establishing trade routes in the area, and his name eventually evolved into the name for the island and the region. This island was a crucial stop for trade between Africa, India, and the Arabian Peninsula, especially during the 15th and 16th centuries when the Portuguese arrived. They made it their colonial capital until they moved the capital to Maputo much later in the 19th century. Number 3. UNESCO World Heritage. The island of Mozambique holds a fascinating history, showcasing a blend of African, Arab, and European influences in its architecture and culture. Its strategic location made it a significant trading post for centuries. While the island of Mozambique as a whole is recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, the designation specifically highlights the historical stone town located on the northern part of the island. UNESCO's documentation emphasizes the exceptional architectural unity, resulting from centuries of using the same building techniques and materials. This is particularly evident in Stone Town with its blend of Swahili, Arab, and European influences. Therefore, while the entire island is significant and contributes to the World Heritage status, the core of the designation lies within the Stone Town area due to its historical architecture and urban fabric. The southern part of the island, known as Makuti Town, features traditional African architecture with reed houses. Number 4. Linguistic diversity. While Portuguese is the official language of Mozambique, the country boasts a rich linguistic landscape, with over 40 indigenous languages spoken by its diverse population. These indigenous languages primarily belong to the Bantu language family. Some of the most widely spoken include Makua, the most spoken indigenous language, with a significant presence in the northern regions; Zikanganat Songa, predominant in the southern parts of the country; Cisna, widely used in central and northern Mozambique; Ilumwa, Echiwabo, and Sindao. It's fascinating how Mozambique blends its official language with such a vibrant array of local tongues, each carrying its own cultural heritage and traditions. Many Mozambicans are multilingual, navigating between Portuguese and their mother tongues in their daily lives. Number 5. Vibrant coastline. Mozambique's coastline stretches for about 2,500 kilometers, offering pristine beaches, turquoise waters, and incredible marine biodiversity. Places like the Bazaruto archipelago and Quirimbas Islands are world-renowned for diving, snorkeling, and their untouched natural beauty. It's a hidden gem for sure. crystal clear waters, palm-fringed beaches, and hardly any crowds. Plus, if you're into marine life, you might spot dolphins, whale sharks, or even dugongs. Number 6. Archipelago Adventures. Mozambique is blessed with stunning archipelagos, like the Bars Aruto Archipelago and the Quirimbas Archipelago. These are truly jewels in the Indian Ocean and are highly sought-after destinations for diving and snorkeling enthusiasts from around the world. Bars Aruto Archipelago comprises 5 main islands: Bars Aruto, Benguera, Magaruk, Sontal Carolina Paradise Island, and Inhaka. Though Inhaka is geographically separate and closer to Maputo, forms the Bars Aruto National Park, protecting its diverse marine ecosystem, famous for its pristine coral reefs, diverse fish species, including reef sharks, rays and turtles, and the elusive dugong population, offers excellent visibility for underwater exploration. Popular dive sites include Tamal Reef, which boasts vibrant corals and abundant marine life, and deeper sites where manta rays and whale sharks can be spotted seasonally. Snorkeling is also fantastic in the shallower reef areas, offering close encounters with colorful fish. Quirimbas Archipelago, a chain of 32 islands stretching along the northern coast of Mozambique. The northern part of the archipelago is protected as the Quirimbas National Park, known for its relatively untouched and pristine marine environment, features diverse coral reefs, drop-offs, and an array of marine life, including turtles, dolphins, and a variety of reef fish. Humpback whales also migrate through these waters seasonally. Offers a range of diving experiences, from gentle coral gardens perfect for beginners to more challenging sites with strong currents for experienced divers. Snorkeling opportunities abound in the shallow, clear waters around many of the islands. Both archipelagos offer unique and unforgettable underwater experiences, contributing significantly to Mozambique's appeal as a top diving and snorkeling destination. The efforts to promote and sustainably manage these natural treasures are crucial for their long-term preservation and for attracting visitors who appreciate their beauty and biodiversity. Number 7. Wildlife Recovery. Gorongosa National Park is often highlighted as a powerful example of ecological restoration. After being severely affected by Mozambique's civil war 1977 to 1992, during which over 90% of the park's large mammals were lost, a public-private partnership between the Mozambican government and the Carr Foundation, the Gorongosa project, began a massive restoration effort in the early 2000s. Since then, the park has seen a significant resurgence in wildlife populations including elephants, lions, buffalo, and various antelope species thanks to anti-poaching initiatives, habitat restoration, and community involvement programs. Gorongosa is also becoming a model for combining conservation with human development, including education and sustainable agriculture in surrounding communities. Number 8. Historical Trading Hub. Mozambique has a long history as a trading hub. Its strategic location along the East African coast made it a vital link in ancient and medieval trade networks long before European arrival. Cities like Sofala were incredibly important centers, situated near the mouth of the Save River. Sofala had access to the gold fields of the interior in what is now Zimbabwe. This gold, along with ivory and other resources, was traded with Arab merchants who sailed down the coast, exchanging goods like textiles, beads, and ceramics. This early trade not only brought wealth and goods to the region, but also facilitated cultural exchange and the spread of Islam along the coast. The influence of these early trading networks is still evident in the architecture and cultural practices of some coastal communities in Mozambique. Number 9. Young population. Mozambique has a very young population, with a large percentage of its citizens under the age of 15. Having a large percentage of the population under 15 presents both opportunities and challenges. Opportunities. Future workforce. This young demographic represents a potentially large future workforce, which can drive economic growth if provided with adequate education, skills training, and job opportunities. Innovation and adaptability. Younger generations are often more adaptable to new technologies and can be a source of innovation and fresh perspectives. Demographic dividend. If investments are made in health, education, and family planning, a large youth population can eventually lead to a demographic dividend, where a larger working age population supports a smaller dependent population, boosting economic development. Challenges. Strain on resources. A large youth population places significant pressure on existing resources such as education, healthcare, housing, and infrastructure. Unemployment. Creating enough jobs for the growing number of young people entering the labor market is a major challenge. High youth unemployment can lead to social unrest and hinder economic progress. Education and skills development. Ensuring access to quality education and relevant skills training for this large youth cohort is crucial for their future productivity and the country's development. Healthcare needs. The healthcare system needs to cater to the specific needs of a young population, including maternal and child health. This demographic reality underscores the importance of investing in human capital development in Mozambique. Policies focused on education, health, and job creation will be essential to harness the potential of this young population and address the associated challenges. Number 13. Diverse religions. Mozambique boasts a fascinating and diverse religious landscape. Christianity is the largest religious group, comprising around 55 to 62% of the population. Within Christianity, the largest denominations include Evangelical and Pentecostal Christians around 33%, Roman Catholics around 27%, Anglicans around 2%. Many smaller independent Christian churches also exist, sometimes blending traditional African beliefs with Christian practices. Christianity was introduced to Mozambique by the Portuguese during the colonial era. Islam make up a significant minority, estimated as around 17 to 20% of the population. The majority is Sunni, with smaller Shia and Ahmadiyya communities. Islam was introduced through trade with the Swahili coast long before the Portuguese arrived. Muslim communities are prevalent in the northern provinces, especially along the coast. A substantial portion of the population, estimated at around 26%, adheres to traditional African beliefs. These beliefs often involve ancestor veneration and the recognition of spirits associated with nature. It's also common for individuals to blend these traditional practices with either Christianity or Islam. Smaller percentages of the population identify with other religions like Judaism, Hinduism, and the Bahá'í faith or report having no religious affiliation. It's worth noting that these demographics can vary slightly depending on the source and the year of the survey. Historically, Mozambique has generally experienced peaceful coexistence between religious groups. The constitution establishes a secular state and guarantees freedom of religion. However, in recent years, the northern Cabo Delgado province has faced violence from an ISIS-affiliated Islamist group, which has targeted both Christians and Muslims. The interplay of these different religious traditions contributes significantly to the rich cultural tapestry of Mozambique. Number 14. Post-independence. Mozambique gained its independence from Portugal in 1875 through a protracted and hard-fought liberation struggle. This marked the end of nearly 5 centuries of Portuguese colonial rule, which began in the late 15th century. The struggle for independence intensified in the 1960s, led primarily by the Frente de Libertação de Moçambique Frelimo. The transition to independence was complex and, unfortunately, Mozambique soon descended into a devastating civil war that lasted for many years. It's important to remember this historical context when discussing Mozambique's current social, political, and economic landscape. The legacy of colonialism and the subsequent civil war continue to shape the nation in many ways. Number 15. Geographical division. The Zambezi River divides the country into two distinct geographical regions. These regions have noticeable differences in their topography, climate, and even aspects of their human geography. North of the Zambezi River, this region is characterized by a narrower coastal strip that gradually gives way to inland hills and low plateaus. Further west, you'll find more rugged highlands, including the Nyasa Highlands, Namuli or Shire Highlands, Angonia Highlands, Tet Highlands, and the Macon Plateau. These areas are often covered in Miombo woodlands. Climate: generally more humid and warmer compared to the south. Especially in the northeastern areas, rainfall tends to be heavier along the coast and decreases as you move inland. Soils often have a higher content of red clay and are generally considered more fertile and water retentive than the soils south of the Zambezi, making them suitable for a wider range of agriculture beyond just river valleys. Human geography generalizations. Historically, this region has seen a greater influence of matrilineal kinship systems in some communities. It also has a significant Muslim population, particularly along the coast, reflecting historical trade routes. South of the Zambezi River. Topography. The coastal lowlands are much broader in this region, expanding significantly as you move south. Further inland, you'll find features like the Mashonaland Plateau in the west and the Lebombo Mountains in the far south, along the border with South Africa and Eswatini. Climate tends to be drier in the interior, with some areas even considered semi-arid. The coastal areas are still warm and humid, with a rainy season typically from December to March. Soils, generally less fertile, often sandy and infertile, with fertility largely concentrated in the alluvial soils found in the river valleys of the Save, Limpopo, Inkamati, and Maputo rivers. Human geography generalizations. Historically, patrilineal kinship systems have been more prevalent in many communities south of the Zambezi. The Zambezi River itself. The Zambezi is the fourth longest river in Africa and plays a crucial role in Mozambique's geography and economy. It flows for a significant distance through the country, draining a large portion of the central region. It has the potential for hydroelectric power as seen with the Kahora Bassa Dam and provides water for irrigation. The Zambezi Delta, at its mouth on the Indian Ocean, is a significant ecological zone with diverse habitats. The Zambezi River is not just a waterway. It acts as a natural boundary that contributes to the distinct geographical and, to some extent, cultural characteristics of northern and southern Mozambique. Thanks